Just some updates for everybody. Kevin, last week he didn't come because his wife just delivered the second baby. So he was at the hospital last week. He told me he was at the hospital. I was like, what? Oh, he told me, oh, no, it's not because of anything. I thought he got some sickness or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just get started. I'll just share my updates here. Yeah, since usually I don't. I realized in the recordings I actually didn't share my updates, so I guess I'll just share my updates. Yeah, boys here. Okay. So it was interesting last week because Team Denlock actually they asked me to attend two interviews, one from the product manager, one from the HR manager, slash finance person. So I had my first interview this morning, and the next is going to be tomorrow morning. They were actually very impressed with before the interview. They asked me to submit some. They gave me 4 questions, so I gave them the answer. They were very happy with that. And this morning, right after my interview call, somebody on Fiverr messaged me. He's from China. It says he's from USA, but he's using a VPN, which confused me because he says he's from USA, and I see the time is exactly same with me. I'm like, no way. US have a few time zones, but no way there's one exactly the same with me. So he told me he's in China using VPN. And I realized my Mandarin is actually much worse than I expected. It's okay to talk, but to do business, and there are certain terms like I don't know what is click-through rate called in Mandarin. So I was wondering if I can reach out to Kevin and like, hey, maybe you close this deal or whatever, because I find it hard to communicate with people from China. Kevin's from China. So yeah, maybe I'll invite you guys to work on that deal. But he needs an overhaul because the website, I don't think he knows marketing. Why do I always attract these type of clients? They don't know anything about marketing. So they have products, they wanna look for distributors. They've been running Google Ads, spent $3,000, got 5 emails, and he said the emails are not actually the people they're looking to talk to. Okay, so that is like, okay. He actually contacted me, I think during March, earlier this year, but he went ahead with somebody else. That's the what they did, and they were not happy with the results. Okay, so we spoke for about 1 hour. I quoted him like a year is about 50,000, and I think I quoted him a little low because it's for a year. Then I was like, but I said actually I don't like to use fixed fees. I like to use a profit sharing, 5%, 10%, and actually I have to charge him extra for the translation because I have to assume I'll need to hire a translator. Okay, so this is what we can get. The moral of the story is like, if there's something you can't do, just get comfortable with closing things that you can't fully do. Okay, because I realized like last time I'm always comfortable closing things that I'm very, very confident with. But the things that I'm very, very familiar with. But you have to know the things that we all are very familiar with, are very comfortable with, is actually not a lot. Okay, let's say we are copywriters. Let's say even if you are a master copywriter, you will need some graphics, you need some web design, you need some somebody to close the deal, somebody to nurture the leads, to do a human touch or something. So just get comfortable talking about things that you're not good at. First, get comfortable talking about it. Then try to at least like know. Actually, the prospect appreciate the honesty, because I told him there are some things I can do. I'm not the best at it, so I tend to hire. And let's say if it's like totally out of my scope, I can tell you to go and get somebody else. Okay, because I don't want to pretend to be able to handle things that I can't. I say there are some things I can go and outsource, but there are some things which I think actually requires them to get somebody who is very, very competent. and they actually appreciate the honesty. Same goes with the interview I had with Team Dialogue this morning. Right, there are some of the things they say we need this and that. That's not within the scope, because my personality, my strengths and weakness are very, 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 very polarizing. So I'm very, very good at some things which I don't touch. And if that type of skill set is required, I say, yeah, I could go and pick it up. But I think it's not something that I will be very comfortable doing. For example, anybody who bought their program new, let's say if I need to talk with the person for 1 hour for every new student, maybe one day I can do 2 or 3, because after talking with people, I tend to feel very, very tired. I need to go and recharge. I need to literally go and sleep, recharge. That is my version of recharge. I have to go and sleep for 1 hour. So imagine I'll be sleeping half the time. I don't think Team Dialogue's going to pay me to sleep on the job. All right. So I said, that's not something. You want to find somebody who enjoys talking with people. Those who they talk with people, they feel energized. It's probably somebody you're looking for, not me. All right. So yeah. So that is what happened to my whole week. Besides HTC, and anybody who is considering taking HTC, just bear in mind you can treat it as like a part-time job or full-time job, because it takes a lot of time. I'm not trying to scare you, Ricky. It takes a lot of time. All right. So since I was about to talk, so I'll pass the mic to Ricky. You can share with us how he joined the 21-day sales challenge. I remember the name is
21 days.
21 days sales challenge.
More sales challenge.
More sales challenge. Yeah. I actually went back to the website and now it is countdown another 60 days. So they are turning it into an evergreen program. I'm curious to hear about it, because I don't know what's going on that. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, do you want me? What do you want me to talk about? Sorry.
Just share with us your experience enjoying the program.
Oh yeah. So
and what is the book?
I don't know. Max will also join, but I think talk about the bad and the good. I guess the bad side is the chat is kind of the tool that makes people communicate. It's kind of messed up, because like, think about it. Using everyone have Skype, right? If you have 400 people on the same group inside Skype, it's a problem. When you post something, nobody is going to see it, and I feel overwhelmed seeing like 400, 700 message every day that I haven't read, so I didn't bother so much. So sometimes I just hit something, I click on it, and that's it. What I see is what I see. So
don't mind if I pass that feedback to Team Dialogue.
Yeah, go
ahead. Even though it's not related to me.
It's okay.
I agree.
I mean, it's good that you pass something that to them, because
actually I agree with you, because when I joined the Smart Challenge, there's a lot of people, and everybody in the Facebook group actually went to Zoom because Facebook got some problems. So actually I experienced what you felt, and it's been going on a few times, and I think nobody feedback that to them. One of the things, the company culture, Team Dialogue really, really appreciates when customer give them feedback. You don't need to give them the solution. You can just say, this is something I experienced and it's unpleasant.
Yeah, well, the only thing about telling them feedback is I don't know if they take it as a complaint. Then I don't want to complain anything. So.
Actually, it doesn't matter. The one of their core values is customer obsession. So whatever they can do the goal is not better customer experience. The goal is to help the customer get their result. Let's say for copywriters is to get more clients, write better, get paid more. They don't care so much about if they reply to your email very quickly, very politely. They don't care about that as much. If that is able to be accomplished, it's even better. But from what I understand, it's like they care about customer success more than customer experience. So this is actually very helpful, because you help me to recall when I entered Smart Challenge, I did have that feeling.
Yeah, the Smart Challenge is okay because the Facebook, actually I see what I need to see, and it's much clearer. Actually, Facebook is better, but I think they are pulling off Facebook for some other reason. So, which I don't know why, but yeah.
But I'll just pass that to them. So okay,
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. I fully agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. And other than that, the material is very useful. I think it's worth that
What's the material that
$100.
what's the material we get?
It's the They're Not University pre-challenge and main challenge material.
Are those videos or is that PDF or something?
There's PDF as well. So there's like material from Denmark presenting, and some other, like everything related to sales and closing. So yeah, those material is worth $100 already. It's just that chat, like you don't know what you are seeing. It's like I can show you my screen if you like.
I mean, just curious, just curious.
But yeah, other than that, I think it just a little it it yeah, a lot of videos, and then now we're working on the main challenge material. This PDF, you have to do work and 10 minutes every day, kind of, and then do the homework. It's okay. I I It's just first 2 days of the main challenge right now. So
Also, you are 2 days in the challenge.
yeah.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
two
the
days we
pre-challenge.
can't expect too much. But so far, 2 days, what is your main takeaway and what is the biggest change you have? Like before, I thought it was this, but now I
I
thought it was
think
this.
I think the first thing is um the first 2 days kind of thinking, okay, closer is someone you are like, if you're a closer, you are helping others to make their life better, like that kind of mindset issue thing. Try to We are not a sales to make money. We are closer to help people so we can make money. So this kind of thing.
Okay,
It's
I can elaborate on that because this
yeah.
is actually covered in HTC. So the biggest difference between a salesperson and a closer, you want to think it's if you don't close the person. Now, everybody here is copywriter, so I'll just use copywriters as an example. You know your client needs copywriting because the ad, or let's say the website or the email or the landing page is terrible. All right. Now, if you don't close the person, can you help the person? We can't. So as a copywriter, for us to help the person, what do we need to do? We need to close the person, else we can't help them at all. This is the difference between a closer and a salesperson. Salesperson, no matter what it is, whether you have the need or no need, I don't care. I approach as many people as possible. I force you to buy. Closer, it's you want to qualify. You have to adopt the doctor mindset. When somebody approach you, you see, okay, is there a need? Can you benefit from my solution? Is it urgent? Is it important? Once you implement, let's say I charge you 1,000, are you going to get more than 1,000 value or profits? If the answer is yes, there is no reason that we shouldn't close the deal. Right? So that is the biggest thing. And we want to always keep this in mind, especially before we jump on a call, like Zoom. Today is like after the interview, I had my breakfast and immediately Fiverr that I got a reply. We set the time. Actually, I was like, he asked me to jump on the call now. Like, no, we have to delay the sale. I say, I'm busy, which I am. I'm eating my breakfast, and I would like to study his company before I hop on a call. Okay, so what you want to take away from here is don't be too eager. Always try to delay the sale. Always give yourself time to go and study your prospect's business before you hop on a call. You want to appear prepared, and you should do some preparation before the call. Give them very, very good reasons why they want to work with you. I shared a case study during the call. They were very, very impressed. Despite my broken language, I have to guess a lot of the words because a lot of the terms, I don't use Mandarin for business. I don't use Chinese for business. There are a lot of the terms I have to guess. Okay, so actually a lot of the terms, I watched the recording and I'm like, oh, actually, I misunderstood a lot of the terms. I go and Google all the terms and I'm like, oh my God. And luckily it's okay, which is why he asked me to go and draft a proposal. Actually, I did, when he asked me to draft a proposal, I tried to handle the rejection using high ticket closing. Okay, but it didn't work. I messed up.
And then
Let's just say if I'm not using English, it's so much harder for me. I'm like, oh
yeah.
It's like you're tying both your hands here at the back. That's how good my Mandarin is, for business. Then you ask me to fight the person and get things slapped. But I'm happy that he's still he's open to doing business. He liked the case study. Okay, so a lot of the times, especially when I chat with you guys in Facebook Messenger, I do realize you have some hesitation. You have some hesitation in doing the work, taking action immediately, and you have some hesitation when you want to communicate with others. So Ricky can tell us next week or maybe 2 weeks later if the More Sales Challenge can address that. If it can, then I'll just ask everybody to go there. Now, this is just me sharing about HTC. After I do HTC, I realize I procrastinate much less and I take action much faster. Okay, I can't tell you how to do it because I'm not that long. So yeah, so that's something that if let's say More Sales Challenge can achieve 10% of HTC, that is going to be life-changing for you guys. You will be able to work less, charge more. Work less while charge more. It's actually crazy because you are now speaking with the right people. You are framing your product as your service as a solution, not a service. I can tell you frankly, guys, nobody cares about our service. They care about the solution to their problems. That's what they're buying, right? Okay, so Ricky, besides the More Sales Challenge, what happened last week? Did you do for your business?
A lot have happened last week, but More Sale Challenge let me bought this upsell.
What is that? I don't know what is that.
The black book which sell 995 in Denmark shop.
990. Oh, so that's the book he's talking about. How much you bought it for?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing, right? This is the upsell of More Sales Challenge. It is less. It cost me $200. So
200. This usually I can tell you guys it sells I think $5,000 or $1,000 on that lot shop.
Yeah, and I'm reading. I feel a little bit still like I think I know 1/3.
You are a very fast reader. You're a very fast reader.
I guess. Yeah. Well,
I'm actually embarrassed to show this.
A lot of thing is mindset. I think it's still on mindset. So
this is no way as thick. I'm like what 15% in, and you got a book so recent. So I used to be able to read a lot of books when I was in my when I was a kid growing up in school. But I don't know why. I nowadays I can't. My mind can't focus when I read. I don't know what's the solution for that. But that book, this is what I heard. Let me know if this is accurate. It's like HTC compressed into a book.
Oh,
that's what they told me.
Then should I pick HTC after? Well, I guess a different experience, right?
Once you finish the book, just let us know. All right, I'll be very curious because if that works, actually, I'll recommend others to go and get it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear from you because I think I trust your judgment.
Let me finish it first, but I guess Then
After
not
you
said,
read twice, I'll ask you.
don't finish the book, use the book, right? Like,
After you read twice, I'll ask you. First time you read a book doesn't count.
yeah.
That's what
I
he
just
said.
want to
So
get an idea.
I'll
Yeah.
ask you after you read it twice, then maybe you can share. If it really is so good, then I'll recommend people to go and get it, because
Yeah.
I realize a lot of people can really benefit from the lessons there. Right.
Mhm.
So
Other than that, I send cold email, value email,
to
to my prospect, like around 15 people.
first time sent first contact email.
Um, it's not the first one anymore. Some of the people are first, and because I was going through my list, but um, there are people maybe maybe 8 people were on my list already, and then I sent some offer email before. Remember, I sent them an offer in an email, and then they
Okay.
ignore me, right? Now I go back and we think what value I can send through an email, and then I don't make offer in the email. I send that email
Okay. So
last week.
I'd like to acknowledge the improvement. You know, previously it's wrong to just straight away send the offer immediately. You want to make people ask for it. You want to warm them up. Okay. So
Yeah,
I like to acknowledge the improvement. So
yeah,
congratulations. And plus you're sending what, 15 cold emails? 15?
yeah. Just the people I know is my target, and then
Mhm.
I send them a value email telling
Okay.
them something they don't know.
So I think Ricky had a productive week. There's some things.
Last thing is I make an offer with my customer. Like, what remember I think I talked about it last week, and then I asked you to review my email, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And then you said, oh, too long email. I shorten it, and then I resend it, and then my customer come back, send me back an email saying, um, can you give us one more option, which is selling, for example, 200 hours for an amount?
Okay.
And then
That's a buying signal, sounds like.
then I send then I send them an email back saying, okay, using the technique I learned from Denlock is like using 3 boxes method, a sales method.
Yes.
It's I tell them, well, 200 hours is like a little bit more than a month, right? But
I just interject a
yeah,
little. The three
yeah,
box method is uh the lot he used the example of when you go to a cinema or you go to McDonald's, there's always small, medium, and large. Okay. So the reason of having three is because if you put small and medium, people tend to pick small. If you have small, medium, and large, people tend to pick medium. Okay. So if you want to sell more, actually have a third option, which sounds very ridiculous. So the human psychology will think, I'm not a ridiculous person, I'm a very reasonable person, I'll take the middle. But I just upgraded you from small to medium. This works for a lot of things, especially B2B, because business they tend to make the decision which seems the safest. Usually human psychology, middle is the safest. Okay, so
yeah.
that's a bit.
So I told them $200 is that amount, and then 400 hours. Sorry, 200 hours, 400 hours, and 800 hours, and then
Okay.
it's going from very high price to okay price, and then to a lower price if they get the half 800 hours, which I can help them longer term, right?
Okay.
um yeah, so the price is the the hours higher, the lower the cost. So yeah, and then I give
The
them
more the
that.
hours, actually the price is higher, but the cost per hour is lower.
No, the opposite. So yeah, if they get less hour, the price is higher. So
You mean the total price or the price per hour? If you are doing the
price per
total price, you're
hour.
doing Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm kind of missed. So, the cost per hours will be less if they use more hours.
Yeah. Basically, when you buy more,
Yeah.
the large package,
Yeah.
the cost per hour is okay.
The lower makes sense, right?
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was afraid you.
but still,
Okay.
they have to. The price is still higher for me. So,
Okay. So not only you send the cold email, you actually implemented something you learned, the 3 boxes in the follow,
yeah,
and you actually got a reply. And
yeah, I
sounds
got a
like a buying
reply.
signal. Okay. So
I
these are
hope I give them free box. Hopefully, they get the middle one, and then I'm done, right?
all right. Yeah. So you can see you're making progress, you're making improvement, and you actually got feedback. So that's a good week if you ask me.
Yeah, that's it from me.
Yep.
That's it.
So let's pass the mic to Anastasia.
Yeah.
Hi, how's your week?
Okay. Pretty much busy, but the thing is, I haven't really go out. Well,
Let's
I
go.
tried
Let's go out.
go out. In terms of like making cold emails. Well, I made some connection, but not yet making cold email because I don't know which are actually the persons that responsible for that.
Okay. I'm not sure if I've sent you the cold email checklist, the things that we should do before, during, and after sending the cold email. Before you create the email, when you create the email, and before you send the email. Sorry. If I haven't, just remind me to send you, because if you go through that checklist, you will not face this problem.
Yeah, because let's say if I go to, I'm not so sure if I should go to the big companies or small companies or which one. Like there's a lot of companies, and then I don't know which one.
I'll say go to both. Different people are suitable to talk to different kind of people. Some people are better to talk with engineer, some are better to talk with marketing, some are better to talk with the business owner. So unless you're very clear of the way you talk, don't pick. I know who I can talk with better. Generally, I talk better with business owners, so I like to approach small medium because I can talk with the business owner directly. I don't talk very well with corporate people, so I know my audience. But before you know yours, do everything. Okay, I'll give you something to assist you with that, so you can do it faster, easier, and you can at least like send out 3, 5 per week.
And then
This is
I
something
haven't-
that I got from my prospect. I'll just share it with you. It will help everybody to take action faster, procrastinate less. So last Thursday, during the prospects live membership Q&A session, I asked him this question: how can we procrastinate less? Who wants to know how to procrastinate less and take more action? All right. So how to procrastinate less is you just assume the thing you're going to do. If it's something new, this is the first time you send cold email. Let's just pretend the first cold email is going to be your worst cold email. Let's just make that assumption. Okay. For you to send 100 cold emails, is the 100 and the first, is the 100 going to be much better? Yes, it's going to be better. In fact, your 10th cold email is going to be better than your first. But how are you going to get to number 10 and number 100 if you don't send the first? You're not going to get that, correct?
Yeah.
So let's just take a deep breath and say, okay, this is going to be the worst first cold email. I'm going to send it. I don't care if they respond or not. I want to send the first cold email. Okay, just think of it. Then you go and do it. Now, after you send 10 and you look at your first, it will look back. When you send 100, you look at your 10th, number 10 will look back. If it doesn't, means you're not improving, you're not learning. So every time I find myself procrastinate, I'll just like, okay, why do I procrastinate? 2 things. Number 1, I focus too much on the outcome instead of my improvement. If you focus on taking action, you focus on improvement, you will not procrastinate because you don't care about the outcome. It's not like, oh, I must send, they must reply. No. If you keep focusing on those things, you are just scaring yourself. And when you are scaring yourself, you will end up doing nothing. You just keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it. You won't do it. So just, okay, it's going to be bad. Let's just be bad. We give ourselves the permission to be bad. Okay, just like Bob, he created a Fiverr profile. He put on copy jam. Everybody laugh. Ha 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 ha. Laser eyes. Ha ha ha. It's okay. Now we improve, and now there's actually activity going around. I think it's because of your laser eyes. A lot of people bought from you because they remember you. Okay, so even if you make mistake, it's okay. Just allow. I mean, it's especially true for people who are very introvert. We like to make everything correct before we send things, before we submit. It's natural. When I answer the questions Tim Taylor asked me to submit, it took me 3 days. Actually, it took me 1 day to create 80%. The final 20%, the touch up and the minor details, I have to go and ask different people because I don't want to get a wrong answer. Then I realized, hey, this is not how I'm supposed to do it. So I'm like, never mind. I'll just tell them I can't give you the full answer because I haven't complete HTC. So I gave myself the permission to be wrong. So I just sent the email on the 3rd day. Yeah. They gave me about 5 days, but I don't want to send it like so last minute. So hopefully this helps. If you feel like you are overthinking, like I want to send a cold email or whatever, I don't know how to send, I don't know who to send.
Sometimes I don't know which service that I would like to offer, like
okay, I can help you with that.
A bit.
I can help you with that. Bo and Max, I'm not sure who have some time to share with Anastasia. Show her how.
We met. I met Bor.
Yeah.
Last week.
I want you to network around with others. Okay.
Yeah.
Max and Bo, I'm not sure who can volunteer to help this. To share with Anastasia how we identify what free gift to give, what are the problems in the customer website. I can cover this as well. It will be long, so I don't plan to do it here. We can arrange another time, or I can record a video of me doing, or I have some unlisted videos I can send you to watch. Okay, but Max and Bob, this is a time for you to reinforce your learning, because when you teach, you learn more actually. Actually, when you listen, you don't learn so much, but when you teach, you actually learn more. So if you want to be good at something, go and teach others. Then if you face some question, write down, go and find out later. Okay, so this I find this works for me, and it doesn't just work for me, it works for everybody. So Anastasia will help you with the cold emails, who to send, how to get their contacts. Actually, Ball has a very good tool for that. Ball, you can share with her?
Ball already gave to me.
Okay.
Actually.
And I'll share with you the cold email template. So we'll help you to get over the cold email thing. Okay. So and how to show them the value of your work. Why is it making a difference? Actually, my prospect here also taught us this during last Thursday's live session. In the cold email, this is something that I'll be making to the cold. That's one change which I'll be making to the cold email template. Once it's finalized, I'll let everybody know. But for now, just I asked him, because I sent him many cold emails with free gift. I sent him 3 so far. So I asked him, how can I improve my prospecting? Because I'm prospecting you. So I asked him, how can I improve when I prospect you? He said, instead of assuming people know the value of copywriting, he's like, yeah, the free gift you gave me, the sales page, it sounds better, it flows better. So what? We don't know what is the benefit. You cannot assume. Yeah, he said, yeah, I know because I'm in this business. But not every business, they know why they should apply or changes. So this comes back to how we can make our work look more valuable, feel more valuable. We show them this tool. A lot of my previous customers, when they use what I give them, their conversion double. So what does conversion double means? Previously, 1,000 people go to your page. Let's say you get 10 registration. Now you get 20. Means you spend the same amount of money. Everything is the same, but you double your sales. Yeah, we have to spell it out for them. We cannot assume they know what's the benefit. Okay, so we have to show them, and don't take too long to mention this. What if we don't have case studies to share? Go and do some. Go and do some. You can use some borrowed proof as well, like previous copywriter. We work together on this project. Okay, proof is always this. If you have your own work, that's the best. If you have your own work from their industry, same industry, let's say if it's B2B, your work, that's going to be the best. If you don't have, share other people's work, other people in their industry, or just share other people's work in. I mean, if you want to use other people's work, you have to share their industry. So it's easier for them to make the connection. Okay, so own proof is always the best if you don't have, and you really need to use others case studies.
What form is this, Jay? What kind of form is this? Is that sales letters or
It can be sales letter, it can be headline,
it can be anything or
anything. I will discourage you to use sales letter because it takes a lot of time to write. You want to sell them sales letter, but in the example, when you give them a free gift, you want them to see the value of your work. Don't give the full sales letter. Maybe change one part of the sales letter, like your guarantee is very weak or your headline is very weak. Usually it's the guarantee or the headline. It's the headline, the opening, or the call to action. Usually these two things, if you want to offer people free a sample of your work, just show them, hey, I saw your website. This headline is very weak. Try to change this headline. In the past, when I help people to change their headline, they double their conversions. You might want to give it a try. So we want to highlight what is the impact that it can help. Okay.
for the moment, yeah.
Okay. So besides the cold email, what are the other activities you had for the last week?
Just that, and then actually I'm trying to make some kind of like portfolios as well, like for myself, because I don't know, because I need to show, let's say in Fiverr, and if someone's asked me, I need to prepare that. You know, if you can send me, I cannot make it at that time, right? I need to have some kind of like portfolios and then just send if they want. They just that, and then
okay, I'm not advocating this, but if this is when a task is always appearing and you can't seem to do it, you might be having some artificial mental blocks here. I'm just guessing. I don't know if this is your situation. If you keep thinking I need to put out a very good portfolio before I can take the next step, and this is stopping me, what I'll just go and do is I'll just take other people's sales letter. Just go and subscribe to other people's sales letter, change something there, change the name, make some changes. That's your portfolio. Because if that's you're stuck at that stage and that's taking too much time.
Yes.
This is a cheat code to bypass a level. It's like you play a video game, this level is like, I just can't get past it, but I want to play the next level. It's okay. I give you this cheat code. You just skip one level. Okay, so don't do this too often. But if this is something that, because portfolio, we don't need to do it too often, maybe once a year.
Okay.
I update my website once every 2 years. Now when I look at my website, like, oh my God, actually the prices, I just remove everything because doesn't apply now. Spend 3 days to write 3 emails. 3 days to write 3 emails is okay. But I think you can do better. 1 day, 2 emails.
And there is also I got this from LinkedIn, but I think he's a writer, you know. Like he asked me, no, I haven't chased him because I asked him like what kind of portfolio, what kind of examples do you want me to send to you?
Did he request for the portfolio?
He just wants me he just want to know my writings, you know, like in terms of articles, not in terms of sales letters. So that is like way more wow. You know, like I cannot just copy paste of someone's article because it's
I articles.
Because they know, because I mean, he's a writer. Let's say he's J.K. Rowling, so she wants me to show me my work. Maybe she wants to know how do I write, how.
What kind of writer is the person?
I don't know, but I'm looking at his portfolio, just like he's a writer, some kind of like maybe a publisher, like he writes.
Okay, so
he writes in the magazine, like that.
I put people into two boxes. One is persuasive writing, means you want to persuade people to do something, you want to sell something, or informative.
Informative.
Generally, I don't encourage to work with informative because it's hard to justify. It's harder. It's not hard.
I know. It's
just harder to justify a higher price, especially when you're getting started. So
really?
I don't like to do those type of gigs so much. That's me. If you ask me to close higher deals for information writing, I mean, I know some writers who write better than me. They're charging lower than what I charge because they're doing content, non-persuasive writing. So I'm like, why are you doing this? I'm like, go and write sales letter. You can make more than that. You can write better than me. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I cannot say no for the first because I haven't got any gigs, unless I got a lot of.
Yeah. It's up to you. I mean, I'm just saying, I won't focus on that.
Yeah. Then that's more difficult than just like sales letters or emails and.
Sales letter and emails, it's not as tough as you think. I mean, more written. Quite a lot of nice emails.
I mean, this one. I mean, the article writing. Let's say it's about bitcoins.
Article writing.
Write me article about bitcoins. I was like, oh my god.
If you ask me, article writing is actually harder for me because I need to go and do research about information people care about. Whereas persuasion, I can rely on my knowledge about human psychology, buying motivation.
Yeah. And they look as well if I plagiarism or not,
Yeah.
And they know.
Sales letter,
I was like, oh my god.
Sales letter, people don't care about this.
Yeah, sales letter people.
Correct, Bob. We copy like crazy, correct?
That's why. Yeah, and then
you should see Bob. He copy HP, he copy Dell, he copy Lenovo.
Yeah. Yes, it's like that. He expects me to write something about that. Let's say like the what's the name? Ogilvy, when he writes about an article about the advertisement. Maybe already like two people like asked me about that, and I was like, I'm not prepared about this.
You will want to write for anything which is sales related or marketing related. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I asked you before about how can I write the cold letters? I mean the cold letters, so I don't provoke these kind of things. Like I'm like very very specialized that this is what I want to do, the sales letter.
I think our cold email, the way we write it, people will not assume we are content writers at all.
Yeah.
So I think that will solve your problem. And if you want to learn how to make a lot of money from information writing or creative writing, we are totally the wrong group to network with. I don't think anybody does that here. It's if you ask me, I think it's harder.
Yeah, I know because I tried. It's today actually. I to be honest with you, I tried to make an article today. It's like since morning until now, I still one page. I was like, oh my god, what time should I?
Yeah. Because so sometimes the strategy is important here, because strategy is like you set your goal, then you walk to that. If you set let's say your goal is north, but you're moving south, I don't care how fast you run. Yeah. It's not where you want to go. So this is where if you hang out with people who write for a higher ticket, we can point you in the right direction. Yeah.
Because in Fiverr, you can describe, like I'm just writing this, and this, that's it. And then if you want to have another gigs, which I plan to, but that's another one. But for cold emails, I cannot.
Cold emails, there's
not really cold email because it's a LinkedIn. So I talk with them, and
if it's LinkedIn, the way you set up your profile, I mean, the way I set up my profile, I don't think anybody will approach me for creative writing. the way I set up my profile, because I keep talking about conversions and profits. So I keep highlighting that, and I say I write about Facebook ads. You tell them what type of medium you write, emails, landing pages, sales letter. You write this, I don't think people will ask you to write about stories. No. So sometimes the way we write our profile is send a message. If you are saying I do all kinds of writing, then
Yeah.
you don't want to do that because it's too broad. Those who actually want somebody to write sales letters, they see the profile. If the profile is too broad, they'll say, I want a specialist. And nowadays, people tend to want to work with specialists. So I'll encourage you to say, hey, like Bo, he choose to specialize in email. Doesn't mean he can't write landing page. Doesn't mean he can't write sales page, but he choose to put it on his profile. You want email? I'm your guy. After you write the email, I can upsell you landing page, no problem. But if you want to have the first contact, let's say somebody, Bob, can you write a blog for me? I don't think he want to take it up because it takes him 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days, he can go and write a sales page for maybe 10, 20, 50 times the price. Yeah. So
That's
we can look at your profile.
Want.
Yeah, we can look at your profile and we can give you feedback. I mean, just send it. Just send it. We can take a look. And sometimes it is because we are too broad. Sometimes when we are too broad, we actually say no to money, because those who I want somebody to write emails, they look at it, because when they search on LinkedIn, it actually checks what you call yourself, and that's like the first impression when they see your title. I don't even want to use the title digital marketing because it has sort of like a bad name. So I don't even use that.
No.
Last time I used that a lot. Now I just say profit strategies, or I use the word media buyer. And when media buyer have a negative impression, I'll change again.
Yeah.
Okay, so hope that was helpful.
Yes.
I'll pass the mic to Max. How's your week?
Okay, so last week I just did 2 things. One is follow up with my prospect that I sent the cold emails, and then I sent another 6 new cold email because I noticed that if I send 12 a week, and then I noticed that my cold emails the quality will be much worse. So I think I will just get back to what the minimum I promised myself, send 6 cold emails, and then I keep following up with my previous prospect. So I just do this.
The cold emails you sent, did you get any replies?
No, so far don't have any reply yet. But I've used the tracking, and I realized they didn't open my gift. I think they don't really interested. And then
if they don't open so they open your email but they didn't open your gift.
Yeah.
Okay. If they didn't open your email, then we'll look at the subject line, or maybe we're sending to the wrong person. But since you said they opened the email but they didn't open the gift, then maybe we didn't sell them on why they should open the gift, what the gift does.
Yeah, that's right. Because in the cold email, I sent 2 things. One is the gift I promised to give, and then another thing is my different proposal. I look at their Facebook library, their sales page, and then I just I create a new like a new sales funnel, and then I send to them. And the proposal is the open rate is much more higher. They are maybe they're curious or interested. I'm not sure. So in the next follow-up, my next follow-up emails, I think I will just rewrite. Maybe I give them
remind them, hey, I actually sent you that. I realize you haven't opened. This is why you want to open it.
Is that okay? Is that okay to tell them I track their emails?
It shows you're sophisticated. What's wrong?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it shows you know how to track. They probably don't know. Maybe they're like, hey, you know how to track. We would like to improve our email marketing. Can you teach us how to track? Can. Consultation, 1 hour, 500.
I see. Okay, all right. So I will do it.
Stop blocking money. What are you guys doing?
Okay, so in this week, Okay, last week still have one more things, the more sales challenge.
Mhm.
So every day I spend about 10 minutes to watch the video, and then I spend about 1 hour to do the assignment.
Oh, 1 hour for the assignment. Okay.
Not necessarily it's 1 hour. I do it as soon as possible. Normally it's take me about 45 minutes to 1 hour. That's the time.
That's about the same time I spend on assignments in HTC. There's a lot of assignments to do. So I'm actually surprised more sales challenge, they got so much assignment. That's a good thing, by the way. So what is the biggest benefit you got so far from the challenge?
Actually, I think the mindset is the most important thing. But I noticed that the most people in the Telegram in the group, they are the sales professional. Then they come, then they are here to learn how to close. But my purpose is different. I took this challenge like a prospecting. I think I'm doing wrong because the lead is not that it's not the quality lead for me. So I just changed my mindset. I'm here to learn, and I do networking, and probably just get to know something some new people.
When we do networking, the intention have to be very clear. I'm just here to when I participate in challenge, I'm here to learn, number one. Networking, sometimes I approach people this way. I have no intention to sell them anything. It's like, hey, I'm here to learn. Then I will just share my progress with them. This is what I got. Then I ask them, what did you learn from yesterday's session? Or I share my assignment with them. I'm not sure if you can share in the group the assignment because I never been to more sales challenge. But for HTC, when I do the assignment, I take a photo with my phone and I just upload it to tell everyone I'm doing the assignments. So that I'm not advertising myself, but let's say if somebody wants a service, they say, oh, Jay is in this digital marketing thing, he does copywriting or whatever, they will send me messages. So I don't send people cold messages. Usually it's people send me. But just treat this as a bonus. If nobody approach you, don't feel sad, you know. It's not my main intention when I join programs or whatever. Okay.
But I agree with Ricky. The Telegram is the message is every day I open is about 700, 900 message. So
Yes.
I don't really read everything.
It's the same thing when I was invited to join other people's Telegram, and it's like, if I just read all of this, I don't need to do anything. It takes so much time. So I mute it, then I uninstall Telegram from my computer and from my phone. So I kind of have a bad impression for Telegram now. It's too noisy. There's too much noise for me. And I kind of like to read everything. So I don't think Telegram is good for people like me. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't work for me. If it's not necessary, whatever. But just make sure that you learn the challenge, you implement, and if you need to share what you learn, if you're allowed to share in Facebook, I think that's good enough. Okay, but Telegram, it just didn't work for me. Okay, the group was like too much noise. Everybody like, hey, good morning. Oh. I'm a person who really hates small talk. Okay, so I also start to track people's open. Ricky said I also start to track people's open rate. Luckily, they can pin what is important. I don't know what does luckily they can pin what is important means.
Oh no, the Telegram. Yeah, maybe it's the.
Oh, okay. Understand. Okay, he's talking about Telegram. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So this week, okay, it's 10 o'clock. I guess we have a lightning fast Q&A session. So whoever have questions, just raise a hand. I'll just sorry, don't need to raise a hand. So small group, just unmute and just ask. Anybody have questions? And just unmute. Oh yeah, sorry, Bo, I forgot to allow you to have your accountability. Sorry, I forgot about you. So first, Bo, congratulations for getting the blazer. Now you look much better on camera.
Yes,
Would
thanks
you
for the
say
recommendation.
would you say ball looks better now?
I don't know, but right now I feel hot right now because this blazer isn't thin. It's a little bit thick. Yeah, so I need to take note about that in the next session.
But
Yes.
you have air conditioning, right, at your place?
Yes, but maybe it's not too cold yet. Yes. I need to
Okay.
turn it colder than usual. Yeah.
Okay. So what have you done for last week?
So last week, the first closing call, like off Upwork, because like one of my closing call is on Upwork, my first one, and then this one is first time off Upwork. So it's the closing call with Thomas and Ben. I didn't close the call, but I realized a big mistake, which is I didn't build up the value of my service. I just like they asked me how much I charge. I just tell them like, yeah, the number, and then didn't counter them with another question. Like
Actually, when they ask how much you charge, come to think about it, this happened to me this morning as well. That when people ask you that, it's actually a feedback of you actually didn't quantify how big the problem is.
oh yeah,
We that is a symptom of that. So we don't want to address the symptom. That just tells us, hey, next time, before you get into a more lengthy discussion, after you show them the work, then want to transition into quantifying. Okay, so how big is your problem? Okay, if you don't do anything, what's going to happen? Okay, I can do that easily in English, but in Mandarin, it's like,
oh yes.
I have to think what I want to say in English, then I'll translate it into Mandarin. Then I'm like, shit, what do you call that in Mandarin? Shit. So then I'm like staring at the camera. Then I'm like, oh my god, it's just so unnatural for me. It's like the first time you are learning how to use chopstick. When you use fork and spoon your whole life, then I'm like, how do I what one stick on one hand and I just poke the fish and I just stick and eat? Is that how I'm supposed to eat? I don't know. Right. So it feels very awkward. Yeah, but okay, this is what I got from HTC. So anybody who want to do roleplay from now on, role play in sections. So you have the opening, you have different parts of the meeting, correct? Sometimes it's setting the agenda, say, hey, what's the purpose of this meeting? Sometimes it's you want to say how you want to frame the value. Sometimes it's you want to ask about the problem. So practice that one part many times. Don't practice the whole closing call. That's in module 3 HTC. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, you should have told me this earlier. Else we are practicing, because you can't. He gave an example of martial art. Okay. Since I'm not martial, I'll just give another example. All right. Let's say you are playing a computer game, and let's say you are playing what any games you guys play, so I can give an example which is more relevant.
I did play some game, but
Ricky said Age of Empires. Congratulations.
oh,
Okay. Let's say Age of Empires. And let's say if it's a StarCraft, Age of Empires, they just release a remastered version. Okay, let's say you're playing a strategy game and there are two phases. Initially, you go and build your base. You build your base, you have enough money, you go and buy troops, then you go and attack people. Okay, so you don't want to practice the whole thing. If you want to improve your speed, this is what I did. One game, I just practice building as fast as possible. I don't attack, then I restart the game. Then I train again, build for the first 2 minutes, build, restart, build, restart. Then when I want to train how I control things, I go into a custom situation, I save it, then I look, okay, this is before the big fight happened. So this time when I fight, maybe I lose 10 units. The second time I say, I want to lose less units, but I want to win. Then the next time, fight, train how to control, So this is what we call training in isolation. Instead of trying to practice the whole role play, you just practice one part, repeat. Okay, so I'm like, I should have done that, and I should have told you guys that, because now I feel bad. All right, but never mind. It's a learning process. Remember, we're here to make progress, and we're supposed to be able to know that, like what we did last time is not correct. It means we are learning new things.
Yes.
Okay, so from now on, let's say we want to have role play, I'll just make it more structured. Okay, so before the next time we have role play, I'll just ask you guys to go and buy perfect closing scripts from Denlock Shop. It's very, very cheap. So we can at least have the 3 different phase: set the agenda, qualifying, closing the sale. Different phase requires you to do different things. So at least everybody's on the same page. Okay. If you haven't get enough closing calls, don't worry about buying it yet. But once you, like, every month you got at least 2 Zoom meetings, then yeah, that's the time to actually buy it. So Bo, you are almost there.
Almost.
When you get more situations where you need to hop on a camera, then that will be the next step. Until then, just focus on getting more appointments. Max, same thing. Focus on getting more appointments. Focus on getting more replies. And another thing which I got from HTC, I can just share with you: the way you talk with a person in real life, the way you talk with a person through webcam, real life, through webcam, the way you talk through text message, the way you talk through Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn, the way you comment on other people's posts, different mediums. When you talk, there are differences. You can't use the same way you talk, let's say, on camera with in real life. There are some differences. You have to know that. So you can't just copy and paste the scripts for email and you use it for private message. It's not going to work. All right. The general concept can be there. Offer value. Try to transition to a closing call. Close the sale. But how you want to do that, the execution is going to be very, very, very different. Okay. I realized that's something I do myself, but just to point out, so since you guys are using LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger, networking in groups, I thought I pointed out as well, right? So don't take the exact template for the cold email to go and post in Facebook group. It's not going to work, all right? it's not going to work. In fact, it will probably ruin your reputation, because the cold email, we are pointing out what they can improve, and you post it publicly. Oh, okay. So different medium for different places. Okay, so I thought I'd point that out. Unfortunately, I can't do HTC summary for you guys because it's just too long. Okay, and don't worry about it yet. This kind of stuff. If you really need it, just go and do some role plays, or maybe just attend more sales challenge. That will be good enough. Okay, so Q&A round. We'll just have a quick one. It's already 10. I don't want to go too much over time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jake,
Anastasia.
can I ask like what kind of letters, like let's say, well, hopefully I get the clients and then I want to invite them for video call, you know.
Okay. Instead of I give the script, who wants to try to give this script? Max, Bob, Ricky? Give you free role play.
What kind of script is that? Sorry.
Anastasia, will you repeat the situation?
No. I mean, what kind of like email invitations? You know, like it's not a role play. I'm just asking like what kind of email that I should send. What kind of email that like the one that gives you, like Bor gave it to me. You know, like that. But because Bor and I we've known each other before, and you know, like a client asking me and I want to invite him, instead of like we are doing emails, that why don't we?
So from email, transition to get on a call.
Yeah.
Boy, you want to try?
Well, Zoom maybe not.
Sorry, is it like face to face?
Yeah.
Sell an appointment
Like
in
an
an email.
Us now, you know,
Oh.
like us now.
Oh,
like
so you want to sell the call in an email. So what should you write in an email.
Yeah. Because sometimes they just like us, like because they just talk to me like via sometimes via LinkedIn, and then that. But that's not, why don't we
Understand.
talk? Why
Okay.
don't we talk?
Boy,
But I don't know how to invite
the
them.
script,
I
Roy,
don't know how to invite them.
the
Let's
script, the
have,
structure, Roy used in the Copy Academy live session. Let's see if you can remember.
Really? Like I think
on.
I think like
Never mind. Let's hear your version.
because
Let's say
like
you
I haven't done it before. Like
Okay.
I didn't actually got someone from email to a call yet.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So this is what you want to do. If let's say it's in LinkedIn or in Facebook Messenger, this is something that I would say. Okay. First you
How to bait
you already
them,
gave
like,
them
like
you already
lure
gave
them
them
to you.
yeah, they already you already give them the gift, then they already start to ask more about copywriting, more about what you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe Anastasia, what can tell me more about what you can do? Then I'll say,
yeah,
I can tell you more about that, but this isn't the best place to have that conversation. How about we jump on a Zoom call? It will be easier to communicate. Does that sound familiar, Bo?
Yes, it's
You
like
were there. You were there in the class. I remember that.
It's like Roy is having, let's say let's say he's at a networking event. He just like
it's the same script he used.
It's the same script he used. That's right.
Say, this isn't the best place. How about we book a call? Then give them some time slots. I use Calendly. So I just send them once they agree, I send them the Calendly link. I don't just straight away push the link in their face. I'll just transition. Let's say you ask me, so how do you charge for this sort of stuff? And let's say, what are the other things you do? How can you help me to solve the problem? And anytime they ask this sort of question, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to let you know, happy to answer this question and give you more details. But this isn't the best place to do this. Can I suggest we jump on the Zoom call? It will be much easier to communicate. Ricky, it's the same thing if you want to get an appointment. In an email, this is not the best place to discuss about the terms and the prices. How about we jump on a Zoom call so it's easier to communicate.
Yeah. I also have a mindset thing to share. Like when I try to send them email and they're curious, right? And then they ask me, "Oh, can you send me this?" I'm like, my head is like, that's too much work, right? So, and then you have to have that mindset saying, okay, try to get them in a call.
Yes.
If they don't even want to accept the meeting, if they don't even spend 30 minutes, 1 hour with you, they're not going to buy for sure, because they don't even want to spend 1 hour with you, and then you cannot sell them anything. So
Ricky pointed out a very good thing. You want to get them to be invested in the outcome. Okay, so what Ricky said just now, I'm just paraphrasing. You want to get them invested in the outcome. The more time they spend with you, the more invested they are in actually getting work done.
But what if they are asking from the emails before we go to these stages and say like, can you send me your examples? Can I send them my examples?
Yes, send them the examples.
Okay. So I don't have to invite them, right?
No, that's too early. Send them the examples.
Okay.
Ask them a question after the examples. What do you think about these examples? Or you can say something like, how do you imagine these examples can benefit your work? Sometimes you don't even want to imagine. You can just say, hey, imagine these are the examples I did. In the portfolio, I usually show the result before and after. After they apply these changes, what is the outcome they got? Oh, double conversion rate, double open rate. What does that mean? Means increased revenue by how much? Once they see the increased revenue or increased conversion, then I ask them question. How will this impact your business?
Okay, I give you my examples, and you ask me, like, can you customize the example for me? Let's say if you ask.
If give example in an email, I'll give just one. I won't give a full portfolio. That's me. I just give one. I don't give too many.
Oh, okay.
That's me. I don't like to give. There's too many things they're not going to read anyway, honestly. So you might as well just send them one. And I just send them the outcome. This landing page, before we have this, they have a previous landing page. I'm not even going to show them the before and after. I just say the result of the change is same ad budget, double the conversions. That means earn extra XYZ. Then ask a question. What do you think if let's say we can get a similar result for your business, how would that feel like? How about we discuss this? Just make them ask for make it easy to ask. In fact, if you want to straight away say, if it's interesting to you, we can continue the discussion to see how we can work together so you can get similar results. We can get similar improvements. That works, I think. Ricky, you can see HTC actually helps in the email as well.
Yeah, if 4,000 is quite a bit high. I don't know.
I mean the more sales challenge actually helped with the email as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to say the more sales challenge. After you go through it, you probably send better emails as well because it's all about communication. It's all about persuasion. It's the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, I already getting value. It just the chat group Telegram is a little weird, causing me to think it's
just ignore
before
it.
It's here.
It's okay.
Now it's like okay, it's okay, but it could be here all the time, right? So
I'm not sure if that is important also. If I were you, I'll just focus on the assignments.
Yeah.
Okay, then actually try to implement the concepts shared, try to do some practice, find other people who want to improve, go and do some role play with them, share some cold email outreach with them, like, hey, I'm not sure what is covered there because I took a peek in HTC. We're going to cover about outreach and go and actively approach people in I don't know, module 6 or module 5. So you actually improve everything, but all of this is just a mindset and how you want to frame conversations. You guys will find that we always use this very, very same concept, making people ask for it more than you want to push the idea to them. It's once you get it, it's like, actually this is kind of fun. Are you enjoying the process for more sales challenge, Ricky?
It's I would prefer they just release all the video and then assignment. I will do it all in like a couple of days. But now it's like kind of annoying because I finished the assignment. I want to do a couple more, but
Okay, Max say he doesn't have any question. Bob, any quick questions? No. Okay. So I guess that will be all for here. Whatever I say the resources, just send a message and remind me. I'll send whatever you guys need. Then as I said, just reach out to Bo and Max, add them. You won't know when you guys will have projects to work together. Okay, because everybody here does different. Max actually have some experience in Facebook ads. He actually ran Facebook ads for others, so it can be useful to just get to know each other. All right. Okay, so thanks for coming, and Bo, copy jam 5 a.m. So I want to go to bed now.
Yes. Oh my God.
All right, thank you, Jay.
Yes,
Okay.
thanks, Jay. Thanks.
Bye-bye.